Hello, my treasures. It's time to eat up standard with Holy Odd Paladin. The idea behind this deck is we're going to be using the numerous copies of Consecration to control the early board state, so we can slam down a flickering light bot that will cost 0, including the 8/8 version of it, and then using replicator-intor to get an entire board full of 8/8s for 8 mana. We will also be using the brand new card of A Marin to draw 3, so we can use all 3 cards of those for 0 mana, allowing us to play a little bit greedier. And we're going to be using the upgraded hero power from Baku in order to have some type of early board. Now for the Mulligan guide, first thing to look out for is Whack-A-Note. This will allow you to get a weapon on pretty early, allowing you to have some type of removal tool. Other removal tools are really good to keep too, such as Consecration. Early game minions such as Scarab Keychain or Drone Deconstructor are also really good. Starlight Groove is probably the final card that you're going to be looking for, so you can get that Divine Shield and survive through a lot of damage. Now with that all being said, let's look at some games. Hey! How are you doing, Frog? We're not playing Wild, but we are playing Standard because Baku and Gen are back in the game for some dumb reason. And we're playing Baku Paladin because I'm dumb and I actually kind of like this deck. Honestly speaking, out of all the Baku decks that I've been testing over the last day, this is the one that felt the funnest. So, you know, Odd Hunter was on the list of things I actually was looking at before stream. Weirdly enough, there is some type of weird odd secret hunter, even though all your secrets are even cost cards. You do have both Observer and the Harmonic Soloist, which will get you access to secrets. And then you could do something with like the not Dirty Rat, the Egg Package. It was a thought that I had, and then I thought of this deck instead. And I tested this one out for like 3-4 games before stream. It won 3 of them. And I was like, well, I will save the secret or the hunter one for later because it's been a lot longer since I've done anything with Paladin on the channel, for better or worse. Paladin, and this seemed like a fun, kind of unique idea that not a lot of people would be thinking about. But yeah, I do think Odd Hunter would be a decent list. Just getting out the additional like removal tools and such. Trying to actually think. There's been a few that I've been like, yeah, odd this would work. Odin is, of course, the most obvious answer. I thought about like a burn shaman list using or to guarantee the spell damaging totem every time you use the hero power. Decided against it just because I don't know if that is actually going to how that actually works or not. And I just didn't want to. I didn't get around to test it. But yeah, Holy Paladin list using Lightbot and Replicator-intor as your like big win con. And then we also have like Marin in the deck to like mana cheat a bunch or get us like a handful of Lightbots. That's the big pipe dream is like use Marin. You have only 1 card left in the deck, which is the Lightbot, and then you use the one that fills your hand with, and then you get a bunch of like 0 cost 8/8s and 3/3s. That's the big, huge pipe dream that I've been having with this deck, which honestly isn't that big of a pipe dream, but like it's big enough that it's worth mentioning it being kind of a pipe dream. I do find it hilarious here, though, that we do have 4 Consecrations in this list, and we keep getting rid of their minions. Better than most decks would. I am so tempted to destroy both of those. But I think this will be better. And the next turn we'll grab the one that draws us 3 off of Marin. Or actually we could put down Crafter's Aura. If they put down a lot of minions, we'll put down Crafter's Aura. But yeah, Odd Hunter, Even Hunter, I think would both work. Odd Mage, I would probably work, but I don't know what the point of getting additional hero power there would be. Odd Demon Hunter was something I was looking at too, and then I realized the weapon for Shopper Demon Hunter is even. And when it used to not be. It's another example of a card that I was like, man, this deck would be so good for even, and then it's like, oh, by the way, it doesn't work anymore because they nerfed a card to make it odd or even. And it's just like, well, you know, Alright, we're just going to keep up the shield. Oh, that's fun. Like, they can't OTK us as long as we keep getting rid of everything on the board and then also slamming down another holy spell each turn. That's the big brain play, right? Why? Well, I mean, concentration is actually pretty decent there, too. I think, though, do this. They poison us. We're not going to flood the board too much more. Let's just get rid of one minion. Oh, hey, let's go. This is such a goofy deck that actually weirdly works a decent amount of the time. I know, right? It's one of those things that you're just like, wow, like this is actually working good. But the sad news is they will be able to get rid of this. The funny news is we do have concentration number 3 in our hand. I guess doesn't do as much as I would hope. Actually, I guess if we get rid of this, it'll lower everything down except for this. We can't possibly have a third concentration, right? Right? Okay, what else are we grabbing here? Sure. The random Murloc is interesting, but I don't think we care about that. Just gonna get rid of everything on the board. Okay, Marin for sure next turn. Because can you believe if we like Marin into like Yogg, Zilliax, and like the other crafter aura? This is actually for a deck that I expected to do bad, it's like holding its ground. I mean, it's not the most nutty deck in the world, but it definitely is holding its own, which is impressive to say the least. I mean, it is a little bit RNG based, and it is a greedier deck, but... Okay, well, we no longer have that, but we do have Marin. Okay, Marin, can you please get us Yogg Saron? Yogg Saron, top deck, please. That's bad. That's... Well, actually, no, it isn't that bad. Probably win, right? Oh, maybe not right now. Okay, what can we top deck? A bunch of Oh! It happened! Let's go! What the... It actually happened! It actually happened! Let's go! Oh, I was like, depending on what it is, we'll probably swap or use the golden kappa. Oh, that's fun too. And they view... Oh, it's flood. Oh. Okay, for funniness, we'll be hitting here, I think. I can't believe that. The fact we're less than 10 games in and what I wanted to happen happened. Like, this was a crapshoot of if this would ever happen. Oh, that's so good. Okay, we're gonna keep one of these. I really want to keep that. Almost against Druid, I was... Maybe 2 Righteous Protectors would have been the correct play to keep. And then with the Fizzle in hand, so we get 2 more in rotation. None will survive. Even? Oh, well, that's a different set of worries to worry about. So we did Mulligan correct. I was just assuming... Oh, that's actually just a better play. I was going to assume that it was going to probably be attack Druid, but... Or even Druid. I guess it could still technically be attack Druid. They're just not running Gen. A little bit of pressure on board is probably good enough to do. I'm assuming this is Highlander Druid then, if they're running ETC this early on in the game. Hero power, go face, and then we'll get swiped out of the game, right? 5, so 1 more mana wouldn't be bad. Okay, well, I don't want to waste the consecration combo. I've said that in the past, but it is definitely something that I just don't want to waste if I don't have to waste. I'm fine with them overextending a bunch of minions. This is also a matchup where I know they can't handle like too much AoE or do too much AoE, so I'm not really worried about that either. I will though use a consecration to get rid. Oh, maybe we don't. Sitting at 12. This is going to be the greedier play, but we're going to do it. I'm going to get rid of ETC also. And come on, some... Oh, I will take a Mukla. Mukla makes me not feel as greedy as I was feeling. I get why this says summon or played instead of summon because it would just loop with itself, but it would have been cool if it was the other way. Never mind. Sometimes there's power creep, and then there's over-the-top power creep. Also, if this survives this turn, we just win the game. They're looking for, like, equality, I'd assume. Swipe. Okay, it doesn't survive, but the really funny play here is, because I'm not, like, really worried about how much damage they can do on turn 7, is, hey, Gen's back on our board, doing it like this. Because this is, again, 10 damage, and then we have the damage in hand. If they survive, and they probably won't. Oh! Flash of light. That's a little bit of a problem. Has to be a way. Good. I am getting a little bit worried. Oh, never mind. We do have a Metis. We will be able to do this, I think. They could just blow us out of the water right now, right then. Reno kinda does not do it. Oh, yeah, Starlight Groove. That's perfect, actually. And we'll just risk it for the biscuit. Hey, a big taunt. Is this where we get OTK'd? Oh no. Well, I've been holding on the consecration combo this entire game. So let's just do that next turn. Do this. Grab the equality, the board. Say goodbye. Grab this. Sure. Put this down on that. And we don't have to worry about any AoE because we've had them play down the Reno already, so that's good. Replicator-intor plus Flickering is probably the next turn play. Especially if we can top deck the other Flickering, that would be really nice. Though if we have to get rid of a board, maybe not so much. Okay, we're still fine, I think. Oh yeah, we're still safe. I think we're good still. Because they have only... That's a little bit annoying, but... Top deck of a good old... Yogg would be cool. We have what? We're not going to have as much damage as I... Yogg, Cyril on top deck, please. Oh, hey, the other Flickering bot. I don't have a Divine Shield minion, so that's not going to do what I needed to do. Minimize the damage that they're going to heal. Slam down the other bot. And we just hope they don't have any other AoE. And if they don't, that actually is all we need for footage too. Oh, that... Oh, well... Maybe we should have traded into... No. Perfect! Let's go. That's what we want to see. Okay, time for a game against Mage. Now, we're playing a slower deck, so this might be one of those matchups that is going to be a little bit harder. Though, I will say this, the curve in this deck is actually surprisingly pretty good. Keeping everything besides Replicator-intor in the deck or in the hand. Oh, I actually would have preferred to get replicator-intor there. Marin is actually a card that is growing on me. It's one of those cards that I really do want to dedicate an entire deck play around the card, such as like, I don't know, a rogue deck. That's really the deck that I really want to try out. Now, if we get lucky enough, we could, in theory, get 4 excavation cards here. I very much doubt that we're going to be able to do something like that, but that would be incredibly funny if we could. Turn 2, just hero powering is pretty decent. But yeah, like this deck plays a little bit greedy. There was a different variant that I was trying to do with Dude Paladin, where we were just using all the Dude support cards that were odd cost. But that felt actually really, really bad. But weirdly enough, playtesting this has actually felt consistently a lot better, which is weird because I would have expected this one to be a lot worse. Marin, again, is one of those cards that it can get you out of a jam pretty easily. Drawing 3 for and then making them draw or cost 0 is actually pretty strong. Probably going to have to get rid of the entire board here. It's going to be a little bit harder with the 2-4, but well, maybe actually that'll help us out. Come on, something good. All 3 of those weapons are pretty bad. Claw might be fun, but I'm going to go with Rattling Blade. I know it doesn't really do anything. We probably actually should have went for the secret weapon. It does remind me that I wish we had secrets still in rotation for Paladin. It is very strange that we only have 2 classes with secrets right now. I would assume maybe we'll be seeing a different class that doesn't normally have them get additional secret support, maybe in the next set or the set after. I know, like, early in beta, supposedly there were thoughts of giving Warlock secrets and Rogue eventually did get secrets in Outlands. But I'd be curious if they like gave Warlocks secrets again. DK is also another one of those classes that I'm like, maybe that could fit well, but I don't know what you would give. I don't know. I really like the secret mechanic. That shouldn't be too much of a shock. We're going to do the stereotypical like consecration equality combo here, by the way. We were going to lose out on the minions no matter what, so we might as well do it like this. It does minimize the amount of healing that they take, and then we can hit their face. Also, I will say this, Lightbot's artwork is probably one of my favorite from the Whizbang's mini set, just because it looks so out of place for what it actually is. It's actually quite insane, like, how out of place it looks. We will probably use Hammer of Wrath into Starlight Groove, get a little bit groovy, drop down our 3/3, which isn't the best thing against Mage, but like we're not worried about like maximizing. We're just trying to put some pressure so they don't freeze out our hero again. Again, White Box or Bot looks so out of place. Perfect, actually, for the set it is actually in. Replicator-intor is actually interesting. I think we fizzle here. We hit their face for the additional damage. Hero power, then Shroom. Actually, no, let's save the Shroom for later. Oh, well, I mean, trying to get as much board pressure on as we humanly can. Also, the one reason why Deconstructor is in the list is mainly due to the fact that I was like, man, it would be really cool if we could sometime get Wind Fury on Lightbot, but I can't think of a single game where it actually came up. I mean, it is RNG, so, you know, it shouldn't shock me that it didn't come up, but it is what it is, right? Oh, also, if you're wondering why the Zilliax that we're playing is the Zilliax that we're playing, it's extremely simple. Almost every single time we're getting wand here, by the way. It's really, really easy to tell you why we're playing this Zilliax. There aren't that many options that we can play in the odd list for Zilliax, and the rush with Divine Shield plus double attack is something that can actually come up. Most of the time, the minion will be destroyed before it doubles its attack because it does have that taunt on it. But the few times it comes up, you know, it could matter in theory. It just puts board pressure and forces our opponent to actually destroy the minion. At least that's the idea behind it. I really hope to that. Well, it's one of those things. Yeah, we'll slam down Zilliax, and then we probably should have done that on the Zilliax, but in case they have like reverbs, I don't want to give them a Divine Shield minion with Rush. that can always backfire. There's a game that will probably not see the light of day, but oh, that kind of sucks. We do have Yogg in hand, so that's oh, that damage though is bad. Anyways, what I was going to say is there's a game where from a crafter's aura I randomly generated a Sif versus a mage, and it literally cost me the game. I thought it was really cool, and when I first saw it, I was like, oh, and then reverbs on the Sif, and then like they ended the game pretty quickly there. If it was like versus any other matchup, that Sif would have been actually pretty fine, to be honest. But because it was versus mage, it just did not make my life easy. We can force everything to attack here. Hopefully this destroys the majority of the board. Oh, let's go. Oh, we are kind of low though. That kind of does suck. Though we can maximize the damage that we're going to do here. And we will be healing up for 9. That's actually not that bad. As long as they don't have 13 damage, we win this game next turn, actually. Come on, don't have 13 damage. 13 damage, no please. Oh, they're getting desperate. That's good to see. Good to see. Come on. Just don't have the 13. Do not have the 13 from that, please. I know my luck. Please, just no, please. Okay. 4 mana to go. Okay. Let's go. All right, now that we're through the games, let's discuss my final thoughts of the deck. So this deck shocked me. I had a 60% win rate across the 20 games I played with the deck. I did not expect it. It is a deck that feels incredibly greedy to actually play, but it turns out Marin is actually an incredibly strong card. This is a card that I didn't expect much out of originally, but this deck actually kind of sold me on this factor. You can play a lot more of a greedy deck because of this card, just because you can easily get 0 cost copies of Crafter's Aura or other high cost cards. Overall, this deck has a lot of control tools and a lot of ways that not a lot of people will be expecting out of Paladin, which actually makes it pretty strong. Overall, if you're looking for a deck to use Baku in, this is probably one of the better decks that you can try out, and is honestly, again, not something I expected to do well, but it really did. The one thing I would say is maybe change out replicator-intor for a Leroy Jenkins, but I really liked the memes between this and Lightbot. But like always, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, bye-bye.